Caucasian people only understand two things.
We carry the largest trans pride flag.
I feel like a man and a woman.
I am a woman.
Talk about this race war. How ready we are.
I'm not banned from Disney.
Cool. Up, ma'am.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have to talk about Lilly Tino being misgendered, returning to Disneyland after the cake pop incident, and some people are casually threatening a race war. So we're gonna look into that and more, but if you are still watching and not subscribed, that is embarrassing. Truly. Fix it. Let's start.
Some carry hate. We carry the largest trans pride flag.
Some just carry.
Pride flag to ever be flown in a national park, and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point that trans is natural. The Trump administration and transphobes would love to have you believe that being trans is unnatural, but species that can transition sexes can be found on every continent and in every ocean on planet Earth.
Maybe you want to be a clown. Mission accomplished. But you can't become a clownfish. Biological sex in humans is determined by chromosomes, not clothing, not drag makeup. A male, for example, cannot spontaneously grow ovaries because he bought a wig and updated his Instagram bio and it's now she, they, and that feels nice. They're human males. They were born human males and they will die human males. That is how humans work. That's biology. We can't do what clownfish do. And we definitely cannot change sexes because we announced it online or because we yelled at grandpa or grandma to use they, them now. It's not how it works. Also, these animals that have these capabilities, they don't schedule top surgery. They don't take hormones when they change their sex. And they don't demand other fish, for example, to use she, they, or scream about gaining access to the reef's gender-neutral clownfish restroom. Okay? It's not a thing. So not only is your analogy wrong because humans simply don't have that capability, but also it's a slippery slope. What else do animals do? They eat their young. Should we look up to that too? Because found in nature equals moral?
So call it a protest. Call it a celebration.
Some call it delusion. Such an eyesore. Imagine you're hiking and you see that.
We are bringing elevation to liberation. They try to erase us from government websites and education systems and libraries. So we raise this flag higher than ever before so every trans person knows that they have people that love them in their corner. The people united will never be defeated.
You guys are being erased. Yeah, except for the countless documentaries, TED Talks, curriculum mandates, rainbow branded marketing campaigns, entire college majors, an entire month, Netflix specials, corporate training modules, all centered around your identity. But sure, you're being erased. Okay.
As a non-binary person, my transition goal is to be so androgynous that nobody can tell what my assigned gender at birth was.
Well, yes, because of the septum piercing and the green hair, I can now no longer tell that you are a biological female.
And so the most affirming thing that can happen to me, and it happens all the time, is when a transphobic person comes at me, either in person or online, and they're like, "You'll always be a man." You fool. You absolute buffoon. You thought you were insulting me, but you were actually giving me confidence. I've won. I've already won.
Are you okay? I've already won. Good luck with that.
My name is Mark, and my pronouns are he, they. I am an autistic punk. And I'm here to speak on behalf of all punks when we say we will not appreciate or tolerate bigotry in Nottingham. We will not tolerate fascism. We will not tolerate homophobia.
I love community theater. That was great.
Most certainly we will not tolerate Posey Parker. And I say on behalf of you all, I love you all so much.
We will not tolerate Posey Parker. But if you agree with me, I love you.
Y'all keep talking about this race war. Just know, every melanated person is ready. You know how ready we are. You don't understand that all of this stuff that we're doing to one another, if we just had a outlet, I promise you, it would be no problem. And you basically saying that if it does become something like that, neither side goes to jail. Oh my God, they're gonna have a ball on your candy ass. I'm just saying, bruh, y'all think it don't matter if you know how to aim and shoot. It just matter if you hit your target.
Oh goody, nothing brings people together like threatening mass violence based on skin color. MLK would be so proud. Truly.
Oh, and let me explain something to y'all about these Caucasians that y'all don't understand, okay? Caucasian people only understand two things: money and violence. What you giving them?
Well, bold claim. Yeah.
Because I ain't got no money for them.
Some people just really need anger management. It's wild how confidently some people say these things that would literally end their careers if the races were reversed. Either way, though, it is an unhinged racist rant.
Black people date all the time, and they look like siblings almost every single time. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that racist? But this is okay?
I want to say this on the record. White people date all the time, and they look like siblings almost every single time. I don't want
See, and that's the reason right there why it's always gonna be something racist going on. Because why can't y'all just shut the hell up about race?
To the original clip, right? There are studies that show some people are attracted to others that look somewhat like them. Not identical, but similar observable traits. So some pick partners with some similar facial features, right? Or ethnicity, eye color, hair type, because familiar feels safe. Sometimes. That's not always the case. Some people go for someone who's like the complete opposite when it comes to appearances and dating. So maybe that's what that woman observed when she was talking about the white couples. But that can happen within any race. So unless she's saying that all white people look the same to her, which isn't a great thing to say out loud unless you're okay with any race saying that about any race. We actually just talked about Lorde, but there have been some updates, okay? Lorde is no longer just a woman. She's sometimes a man now. Lorde announces new single Man of the Year after addressing gender identity. Okay, so my guess is that it's some kind of stunt to get people, to listen to her music. The singer added that she was trying to make a document that reflected her femininity, raw, primal, innocent, elegant, open-hearted, spiritual mask. So she told Rolling Stone in a recent interview that she's in the middle, gender-wise, and told Chappell Roan, "I'm a woman except for the days when I'm a man."
Okay, so this is custom Tom Brown. This is my creation. It's something of an Easter egg. More will be revealed, but I just love the open back. To me, it really represents where I'm at, gender-wise.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like a man and a woman,
Yes.
kind of fire. But,
Absolutely.
It's a take on the cummerbund. Tom Brown did all this deconstructed tailoring.
Wise? That's Emma Chamberlain, right? Yeah, absolutely. Whatever I have to say not to get canceled. So wearing duct tape as an outfit makes you a man now? Okay. I mean, it's very DIY. I'm not sure how it's masculine, though. But then I wonder if she wears a turtleneck next week, is she back to being a woman or non-binary, or how does that work exactly? Also, trigger warning. Incoming acts of violence. Extreme cases of transphobia and misgendering. I gave you the warning in the comments, okay? The cool gray is stunning on her. She looks fantastic in this fit. She? How do you guys know that she's currently a woman and not a man? I didn't see the schedule yet. There are so many bigots here. She looks stunning on that color. If you're just guessing her gender like this, you're a fascist. I'm all for self-expression. If you're a feminine man, if you're a masculine woman, cool. But crop tops, dress pants, duct tape is not going to change your chromosomes. Please, let's not pretend that an outfit can change your biology. Looking for a simple way to show your community you care? Wear a face mask in public spaces. Girl, you were literally outside. Alone. Protect the most vulnerable and marginalized folks in your community. Reduce the spread of airborne viruses. Resist surveillance. Preserve your health. Make spaces more accessible. I feel like they should have included her in the Yosemite trans flag video. She could have been hiking, right, in a mask, alone, and then she just gazes up at the flag. So beautiful. If you want to help your community, you could volunteer. You could donate to her. That is wearing a mask. Okay. I think at this point, for so many people, it's just paranoia. A little update on the statue in Times Square of the fat black woman.
It's a bad representation for black women.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually horrible. So many successful black women out here. Why did you have to put LaQuisha? That representation is LaQuisha. The box braids.
I love you.
On the hip. That's attitude. That's a bad representation. There's so many successful black women. Beautiful. You had to go dig up LaQuisha. That's a slap in the face. I couldn't wait to get here to see it. People taking pictures. The young lady took a picture between the legs. They're making a mockery of us. They're making a fool of us. Hurry up and take this down and come with the next project, because that's not nice right there.
She said what so many people are thinking. That's why we need more people like this, okay? That aren't afraid to speak their mind just because it might offend someone.
Are you conservative?
Am I conservative? Slightly. I can get a bit ratchet. I don't know, I just speak my mind because this though, the girl is a figure out of low-income housing or something. You could do better. You could do better. Represent us right.
This is what the left fears, by the way. A woman with opinions that doesn't exactly align with their ideology, right? And she's black. She's supposed to believe something else because of her gender and race. How dare she not like this statue? So many people think we have to love this just because it's representation. But again, like she said, why not put up a statue of a historical figure, not a random overweight woman in the middle of Times Square?
Barely legal college girls still have their V card, and how scared they are is getting me on.
Because imagine if it was a fully grown man that's my skin color in his 40s, 50s, like her, sitting in a corner saying, no, they need to be scared.
So apparently, Bonnie Blue has been arrested. Maybe. You never know with her, because this could be a stunt. But I hope it's true. I wouldn't be surprised if she was arrested. I'm surprised it took this long. She openly sexualizes fear, targets barely legal boys and girls. That is disgusting, unemployed behavior. This is not work. You are a creepy prostitute, and you should have been behind bars long ago. If you were a man, you would already be in a cell. But maybe, hopefully, this is true.
The other day I was using the bathroom and this older white lady said, "What do you think you're doing, sir?" And she pointed to the door and it was like, "This is the women's restroom. If I walked into the men's restroom in this dress right now, there's a serious chance that I could be attacked." I just said, "I am a woman."
A woman pointed out that you are in the wrong bathroom, which you are, but you're the victim because you say you're a woman. Okay, I'm a lion. Roar. Does that make it true? Because I said so?
And then she said, "You must understand why I was confused. When women see me, they're trying to protect this category that they belong to. Women do patriarchy every day."
No, you are doing the patriarchy. You, as a biological man, you're saying that men's feelings matter more than women's safety. You barge into their spaces, they react, and then you accuse them of perpetuating oppression. You guys remember Lilly Tino?
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Hair regrowth in my marshmallow wand. Inside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnels.
With kids around him, you can hear.
My hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed. My mom's here, by the way. The marshmallow tunnel.
And right next to his mom, he said all that. Instead of apologizing, saying, yeah, sorry, that was completely inappropriate, he doubled down.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by where I talked about some things in Disneyland. A lot of y'all thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance about to try and get in, so let's see if that video really did get me banned. It's exciting, I love Disney World. Okay, so I just beep it here. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney. Wow, huge news, thank you.
You know, if a grown man dressed as a woman in Mickey Mouse ears says, wow, I'm not banned from Disney, I think the security guard should say, wait, why do you think you would be banned? Step aside, sir. Why are you visiting Disney? Do you have children? What exactly are you doing here as a grown man? This guy casually filmed himself detailing his genital surgery surrounded by children.
Y'all, I'm back. I'm back, baby. You can't keep me out of Disney. Marshmallow wands. Cake pops. Let's go. I'm here.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave. Because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language.
No, I don't think so, actually. I think the training is to memorize these facts about the bread tower, serve you, do his job, not have a conversation about your gender identity, right? Or the state of your cake pops.
Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like,
The whole interaction is such a setup because that's exactly what it is. Lilly Tino always films this because he's expecting to be misgendered. Then he gets to waste the waiter's time and cry about it on camera.
if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works.
He even apologized, which he did not have to do, but apparently that was not enough for Lilly. What does Lilly want? A ceremonial dance? A handwritten apology? A poem? The waiter to grovel on the floor screaming, please, ma'am. I'm so sorry, Lilly. Ma'am, it's ma'am, ma'am. This is disgusting behavior again, but what can we expect from Lilly Tino? If you made it to the end of this video, you have to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also like, share, comment so that you can see more videos like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.